I'm Leathur Rokk. Welcome to my channel. Today, this is an emergency upload. A couple of hours ago, I was just assaulted here on the streets of Atlantic City by a man who has been featured on my video this month. John McGettigan is his name. He goes by the name White Lion for here, but actually I don't know that he uses that in his crime life. I was walking down a street called Pacific Avenue with a friend of mine who's also been staying here and was one of my birthday guests, when this guy on a bicycle was walking it, and he's yelling at me obscenities, calling me some words that I would just as soon not repeat, like the see you next Tuesday word, and accusing me of stealing this kitty cat right here, which I did pluck off the street. And he said if I did not provide certain sexual services, disgusting things which I will not say, then he will report me to the police. Well, by the time this is posted, I will already have written my own report to the Atlantic City Police Department. I will tell them exactly what happened. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. I was walking down Pacific Avenue between the street called Texas Avenue and, I was going in the direction of the Tropicana Casino, and I was passing by a street called California Avenue, and I think I'd crossed California Avenue, was on to the next street, and there I was accosted by John McGettigan, blonde-haired guy on a bicycle. He's about 6 foot tall at least, and he accused me of stealing this cat. And he said if I did not do something to him, like I said, he would report me. And he says that the only thing that I got him on is him finding somebody's cell phone, and he reversed all the pictures and all the stuff on it. And of course I was disgusted when I saw that. And I said that was a real sick, mean thing to do. This is not somebody I ever dated. This is somebody who maybe be attracted to me. I can't help who's attracted to me. I dare complain when he touched me without my permission. My mother has thrown him out of the house. Well, I felt bad for him this winter when we had 20-some degree temperatures, and I would let him come in and get out of the cold, and I would let him be not even this far. I would always keep him in the stairwell, because at the time, I was dealing with Garfield and my mom, and then of course when she was sick and was in the hospital and then in the nursing home, when I would come home, then I would let him hang out in the stairwell. And a couple times I even let him sleep in the stairwell. And when he was here, he kept me from time that I could have spent, talking on the phone to my mom. He kept me with time I could have spent with my cat Garfield, who was dying at the time, and I didn't know that. And I had come to the realization, especially this month, that he has interfered so many times with quality time that I owed to the people that were the most important in my life. People, again, like my mother, people like my cats, people like other good friends of mine who I was letting stay here because they had fallen on hard times, and I believe in being there for your friends. So, you know how some people get really, really, really furious when they realize that they're not going to get what they want? And this guy, John, he'd been ringing my doorbell, and I've been ignoring him because I realized that when he comes over here, he demands my attention. How many times I forget, or I am not able to cook for my mother because he is this needy man demanding my attention. He wants to be cooked for. He wants this. Oh, can you wash this for me? Can you do this? I am not involved with him. He wants somebody to take care of him. I'm not his mother. I'm not his girlfriend. I'm not his wife. I'm not dating him. What the hell? I'm already a caregiver, and the last thing I feel like is being a caregiver for somebody else. I'm already a caregiver, by the way, for somebody else. Let me introduce you to my little friend here. I was not going to even get to this, but when this guy did what he did, let me tell you what he did. So he yells at me, he calls me names, he accuses me of being a thief. He says if I don't go do things to him, then he's going to report me. Then he proceeds to grab me by the back of my hair, okay? And he's shaking me like this. The man is over 6 feet tall. He's on his bicycle, but he's standing next to me. And he's going like this. He's punching me in the head with the other hand. Then he shoves me to the ground. I mean concrete. I was wearing my brown puffy leopard coat because it wasn't all that cold out. He shoved me head first down onto the concrete. One of my nails, I've been not always cutting them back, snagged and cut one of my fingers, and so I was bleeding. But I wasn't bleeding from the head. But he shoved me to the concrete. And he is making threats. He's trying to. I guess he thinks that I'm one of these stupid women who's so afraid of him calling the cops on me that I'm going to basically use my body to appease him, and I would rather be dead than do something like that. So anyway, tomorrow I'm going to go to the police department and I'm going to press charges. Now there's only one problem. I can't prove anything that I just told you. I had a witness, but my witness has warrants, and if he comes forward, he goes to jail. So I can't very well ask him to come forward. And I swear to you, if I had a dime for all the men in this town to say, if anybody ever threatens you, if anybody hurts you, let me know. And, you know, it's funny. When I am in trouble, they make nothing but excuses. The men I know are, so many of them are so weak. They are really good talkers, but when it comes down to it, they don't do anything. Tell me that when somebody does something like this to a lady, it doesn't warrant a serious beatdown. You know. But I don't have that kind of pull in this town. Here, people only do things like that for you if you sleep with them. And, you know, I don't pull that kind of politics. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But, first step, I'm going to press charges. Because I've never had that done to me before. And certainly not by somebody that I'm not going out with. And and there were two other witnesses. I was screaming for help. I was screaming people to call the police. And, people don't help a woman in trouble. There was another woman, and she saw that. I guess maybe I look like a prostitute. Prostitutes, they don't have feelings. They are not worthy of respect, right? So if I'm going to look in a certain way, I guess I'm not worthy of respect. That's how people are treated in this town. If you're thinking of coming here on vacation, please don't. It's not safe. Please. That guy made a real